So I made a video talking about Logan Paul's first ever Pokemon card and the intricacies around the grading scandals and which copies were actually PSA 10. And then I've also reacted to the full video that he uploaded. Now, as I'm recording this video, the full reaction to my Logan Paul video hasn't come out yet, so I don't know what you guys have said in the comments to that. But I do know what you said in the comments to the original video talking about the first Pokemon card ever made. Everyone said in the comments, you have to check out I Have the First Pokemon Card in the World by Cardbound. And everyone was talking about it so much, it felt like it was like an industry plant or something. So we're just going to be watching this video. So we're going to be reacting to this video. Let's get my headphones on and get started.
And it's celebrating turning 30. It launched on this day in 1996, and it quickly became a worldwide phenomenon.
There's a lot of controversy around the very beginning of Pokemon. What's the very first Pokemon card set?
Man, all this just went to zero.
There's a lot of history tied to them.
Meet the latest craze to sweep the country.
Why is no one talking about the origin story of Pokemon? How did the trading card game start? Where did we first see it? Where did the cards come from? What was the first appearance of Pikachu?
I just can't believe this. I have this card, and that this is probably like the first card in the world.
So very interesting intro. A lot of that I cut out of this video because it's just talking about Pokemon in general. But the parts about the first original card, definitely very interesting. So this has got, I think his name's John, who is the manager of Kai Cenat, who is in Logan Paul's video, who sells a bunch of his collection to Logan Paul, including, I think, 2 9s of the Ivy Glossy Pikachu and the Jigglypuff, the Adam and Eve of Pokemon, but they were the 9s, and Logan Paul was looking to get a 10. That's the whole point of his video. So interesting to hear them all talking about the first ever card in this video. It's got Logan Paul in it as well, but he's released a video that is about the first Pokemon card, but this one says, I have the first Pokemon card in the world. That's literally the title of the video. Very interesting, very strange. I wonder... It's weird for a video to come out, 2 videos, with both with Logan Paul in it, and one of them saying, I've got it, and the other guy's saying, I'm trying to get it. Because a lot of you guys in the comments let me know that there is an actual other first Pokemon card that isn't the one that Logan Paul's talking about in his video, the 1996 glossy Korokoro Pikachu. Apparently, spoilers, there's a version before that was like a prototype that was made before they then mass printed the Korokoro magazine versions. So let's see.
Balance your phones, big boss in the chair.
Oh, they're doing it's the Netflix documentary style. You gotta walk in. Have you seen all the memes of like me preparing for the Netflix documentary, and it's people just walking into a room, sitting on a chair?
We're set, we're rolling, we're good to go.
I'm John Nelson. I'm a collector. As a kid, the things I collected the most, Desert Storm cards, basketball cards, the Dream Team, plastic card, and then of course the Bojack.
Sorry, Desert Storm cards are sick. Aren't they the ones that have, you can, I swear you can get like a Saddam Hussein. Sorry, I know that's crazy saying that it's sick, but like it's insane that you can get like world leaders and like terrorists and like stuff like that as like trading cards. It is kind of sick.
I was right at the end of it, but
Is Cardbound John's thing? Because we're learning a lot about John, and I don't know if like they're unrelated. Okay, most of the things that I'm seeing on here are at least to do with John, like he's here. I'm not sure. Maybe it's him, maybe it's not. I don't think it matters that much. I was just interested.
In Japan, kids obsessed with Pokemon got their news, manga, exclusive cards, and first looks at new games from Korokoro Comic.
why do these books exist? And that's when I started down the process of getting all of them that had a card in them. And then once I said, okay, I'm gonna get all of them with a card in it, I'm like, I gotta just get all of them from 96 to 01. When I got them.
Okay, so this is very similar to Logan Paul's video talking about the Korokoro magazine and what it is and him getting obsessed with it. John definitely went a step further and got all of them rather than just the ones with Pokemon cards in. But still nothing new here, but still really interesting.
In my hands, I'm like, wow, the artwork on these is
I also think this video came out before Logan Paul's video. Let me double check. Yeah, so this came out July 23rd, and Cardbound's video came out July 11th. So very interesting. This feels like it would maybe be stepping on the toes of Logan Paul's video, especially because he's in it and a lot of the same people are in it. I don't know. Not that John's done anything wrong. It's crazy that like this video would seemingly go so in depth into like the first card ever made way before Logan Paul's video that doesn't go as in depth into it. That's really interesting.
Crazy.
My name is Max Lee, also known as Max.
And he's the same guy that was in Logan Paul's video, also with crazy heavyweight Pokemon belts. What the hell?
That's where grading companies like CGC, PSA, and TAG come in. These companies grade cards on a scale from 1 to 10, evaluating everything from corners and centering to surface quality.
Okay, so this is John doing voiceover, right? This is definitely John's channel, for sure. Which is funny that he's interviewing himself, but whatever.
I helped correct the history with PSA, CGC, BGS, Heritage Auctions, all the big auction houses like Golden, Fanatics. Got them to correct the dates on Bandai Cardass, the first non-TCG Pokemon cards.
Before Pokemon TCG, which stands for Trading Card Game, Bandai's Cardass cards gave fans one of the first ways to collect Pokemon on cardboard.
Wait, so this guy corrected the dates and stuff? That's so sick. Maybe the previous video that I made, maybe this Max guy is the reason that it changed to the CoroCoro Comics November, the 1996, and how the PSA 10s were incorrectly labeled and then got changed. I wonder if that was Max too. That's kind of sick.
My son and I really were like chasing together. But then it's like him and I along this journey along the way. And it's like our way to like communicate and bond over things.
So my name's Pat Flynn. Yeah. I'm also known as Deep Pocket Monster on YouTube and on social media. Done opening one up. Daddy, look what I got. And I know that maybe that's not the best card in the set. You know what? That is okay. We're just happy.
Sorry, the way that he said that was like he was really, really upset. Yeah, my child actually gets really, he gets really excited about Pokemon cards that aren't the most expensive cards in the set. And that's okay. I don't know, it's so stupid.
Nice to meet you finally, dude, in person.
Nice to meet you for sure, man.
This is beautiful here.
Yeah, thanks.
See why you live here.
I will say it's taking a long time to get into like what the actual first Pokemon card is. We're 11 minutes in and I have no idea who has the first Pokemon card in the world. I assume it's going to be John because it seems to be centering around him. But like we've been told about CoroCoro magazine and how fun it is to collect Pokemon cards, but like, come on, give me the juice.
Yeah. All the cards and everything Pokemon related that came out in these things. And then throughout the entire 96 run, there was always something in there. And then obviously issue 11, we got the actual cards, right?
I will say that I do feel bad about like these guys being the people that teach John, and then John is the guy that teaches Logan, and like these people are omitted from Logan Paul's video, the one that's got like millions of views. This one's on like 1.7 million, and theirs is on 88,000. It does feel bad.
That has the first 2 Pokemon TCG cards in it. The glossy Ivy Pikachu and the glossy Jigglypuff.
Okay, we're getting into it now. So these are the 2 cards that we know from Logan Paul's video. These are the CoroCoro Comics 1996 glossy cards, except from the labels have since changed. They don't show CoroCoro Promo or CoroCoro Comics. They now say CoroCoro Comics November, I think, right? And they don't have the glossy next to it, as if I'm understanding it correctly. Oh no, these are the October 15th release? Wait, now I'm very confused, because the previous article that I had looked up specifically says there are 4 different versions. This one with the Ken Sugimori, which this is it, the Ken Sugimori one, I swear that's supposed to be the November version. But here it's saying it was released on October 15th. And see, this is the new label for this card, the Ken Sugimori one, the exact same card that's here, I think. And it says November, but here it says October. So I'm very confused.
The difference is subtle, but collectors treat them as distinct versions of the same card. And depending on the card, one version can be significantly more valuable than the other.
Oh, sick. So is this going to go into all the details that I discussed from this article? I understand why everyone linked me this video now.
Mori helped create the visual world of Pokemon, But on this early Pikachu card, artwork by Keiji Kinabuchi was mistakenly credited to Sugimori.
Yes.
The artwork changed before printing, but the artist credit didn't. So the card was released with the wrong illustrator listed.
And so those cards came out 5 days before the no rarity base set, which were the first TCG Pokemon cards.
Oh, interesting. Only 5 days earlier? Wow. And this is still October, and these are labeled as November. So I'm still very confused. I also didn't know there was a no rarity base set from Japan. That's really interesting.
And then issue 9 carries that on, and we start seeing even more images of the TCG prototype stuff. And then issue 10, where we see...
Oh, okay. So prototype cards. I think that's what people were mentioning in the comments. They may have spoiled the video. But I think, obviously, if there's a prototype of a card that released, then it is the first ever Pokemon card, technically, right?
The actual finished product. And they're just kind of like telling everyone, hey, next month, get ready, it's happening. And then it all comes down to issue 223, where we were able to actually physically have these very first official cards in our hands. TCG literally stands for trading card game, right?
Oh, yeah.
So anything that predates the trading card game wasn't an actual game, right? They were just literally cards, or they were stickers or things like that, right? Like the Pokemon Kids. They came in the little boxes with the toy.
Yo, those boxes are well cool. They look like
the
Game
Pokemon
Boys.
Kids.
Look at these. These are so sick. Oh my god, having one of those with the Ken Sugimori Charizard on would be fucking sick. But yeah, so these cards, is this the Kardai Bandas? Wait, did I say Kardai Bandai? I meant Bandai Cardas. Yeah, they're Bandai. These are really cool.
And then you have Cardass, which came out of the vending machines. And couldn't battle, you couldn't do anything with them either, right? That's why it was...
this is Cardass. Okay, so what was this?
Machines. And...
just Pokemon Kids. Okay, interesting. These look cool. I'd like a Pokemon Kids deck. I wonder how much they cost.
Called a trading card game with a game element to it, then yeah, the Glossies are obviously the very first two.
When you think of the true, like the Adam and Eve of Pokemon, you think of Pikachu and you think of Jigglypuff.
These are the first...
Okay, when you think of the Adam and Eve of Pokemon, I understand, from Logan Paul's video, because he referred to them as the Adam and Eve of Pokemon. I understand that, like, if they are the first trading cards, then that would make sense. But if I think of the Adam and Eve of Pokemon, that's an insane thing to think of, first of all, so I've not really put much thought into it, but I wouldn't really say that Jigglypuff would be the Eve. Clefairy, probably the Eve. Eevee might be the Eve, you know? Jigglypuff is, I don't know, getting a lot of reputation that it might not deserve.
I keep telling my dad whenever he says, this is the first card, and hands them the Ivy Pikachu, and I always say, one of the first cards, because it's Ivy Pikachu and Jigglypuff. They were both produced at the same time in a Coral magazine.
It's crazy.
Yo, this kid, not only is he calling his dad out for lying, but he's also, like, spitting. He knows his stuff. Hell yeah. Shout out to John, raising his kid right.
There's a lot of controversy around the very beginning of Pokemon. What's the very first Pokemon card set? There are a lot of controversies surrounding the vintage roots of Pokemon. One of the biggest ones was this big scandal.
There is a huge scandal going on in the Pokemon community. The demand for Pokemon cards, right?
Oh my god! Sorry, maybe they're about to go into it. Wasn't there like a whole thing? It was like early on when I started my YouTube channel. That was like, I think CGC, was it CGC? Were like grading these like prototype cards that were just complete fakes that were like printed recently, and someone scanned the printing dots that were in the paper or something to figure out the year that it was printed, and it was printed in like 2000 and something, so it couldn't have been the prototype cards, and CGC had just incorrectly labeled them, but they'd sold for like hundreds of thousands or something crazy. I'm sure Cardbound is just about to tell me that, but in more intricate detail, so I will let it play.
One of the 4 founders of the Pokemon TCG.
Yeah, this is the thing I was
talking
about.
Pikachu, the Jigglypuff. I read this beautiful forum. I'm like, this is you know, you can't get better than this. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing on social media, these people posting these cards.
The prototypes or the play tests, and we're like, wow, this is crazy. Like, what are these? Like, how are these cards coming out of nowhere?
We all were like questioning it, but we're saying, why are so many coming out and why now?
And they were weird because they were perfectly pristine. And if these cards were 30 years old and they were play test cards, why were they so clean?
The grading companies, CGC, start talking about, oh yeah, these are authenticated. I mean, this is like being talked about in an emotional time where we collect.
A pristine 10? I didn't realize how crazy some of this got. They were grading them and they gave them pristine 10s, and they're supposed to be the earliest Pokemon cards ever made from 1995. How are there so many of them? I guess it was supposedly like found in a like a card storage facility or like a box somewhere in Nintendo was maybe the reasoning behind them being such good quality. But this is instantly really sus. And I know at the time a bunch of people were making videos on it being sus before it was even like officially confirmed that it was a scam.
My name is Zach Browning. I go by Jim at Pokemon Online. I've been a lifelong Pokemon fan and collector for as long as I can remember.
So when I think of true legends in the Pokemon TCG collecting space, one of the names that first comes to mind is Jim Mint Pokemon.
Jim Mint is one of the top collectors, I think, for CGC.
So this guy is the GOAT, is what I'm hearing.
He's maybe number 2 for grading all cards by volume.
You know, if you go on his PSA set registry, I believe he's got over 50 sets that he's the #1 collector for the set. He's in the PSA Hall of Fame for the stuff that he's done. I'm not even sure if there's another TCG collector that's in it.
Really here.
What does the PSA Hall of Fame even mean? They make it for this guy?
Just to make the hobby a better place and see Pokemon just succeed for the next 100 years.
Oh, hell yeah. And he's humble.
At one time revered, as all of the people in Pokemon are, you know. It doesn't matter who the illustrator is. The people that love Pokemon put those people on a pedestal.
He had a lot of difficulty sort of growing with the company, and when it was time to let him go, it took them about 3 years to sort of kick him out of Pokemon. During that time, it was widely understood that he took a lot of things from Pokemon. And it was taking, and he had access to all the files.
That's funny. Another part of the story that you probably, I don't know if you've ever heard about the prototype scandal.
I'm Noah Lyles, also known as the world's fastest man, Olympic medals.
I was going to say, is that him? Why the hell's he in this fucking video?
So this is really Akabane signed this. So,
but he just not knowing because it was such a deep fake, and he wouldn't think that anybody would try to copy it.
They came out of his personal collection.
This card came out of his personal collection?
Allegedly.
So he didn't even know it was fake, or he did know it was?
He did know it was fake. Holy shit, wait. So he had such bad blood with Pokemon that he just released a bunch of fake cards and then signed them to give them authenticity? That's actually so funny. Is that true? Allegedly? I'm guessing. I don't know. Don't sue me.
Okay. Okay.
I'm Scott Mastromateo, 33 years old, from Toronto, Canada. And I go by the username PKM and Flying Master, or short form PFM.
PFM is this like highly technical, highly skilled person. And when people started to question whether the playtest prototype cards were real, PFM was able to scientifically analyze the cards and prove that they were recently printed. And Elite Forum is where I learned a lot about this information.
Shout out to Elite Forum. This is where I got all this information from. Elite Forum and the Ghosts. Hell yeah.
An Elite Forum is like the 4chan of Pokemon. It's like...
Okay, well, that's maybe giving it bad connotations. I don't know if I want to be associated with the 4chan of Pokemon.
A lot of the cards that ended up on auction, went through him. He's a victim in this, too. Let me put it that way. I don't think he knew that they were fake. I wouldn't say that he a malicious player here. But definitely he got a lot of criticism because he was kind of putting his name associated with them, and they're going on auction, and they ended up being fakes.
What we have here is the 151 prototypes. Been in really constant communication with Takumi Akabane's team. He has essentially a few different brokers that he goes out with that sell these cards.
Oh, that sucks. So Akabane printed a bunch of these knowing that they were fake, signed them, and worked with this Gem Mint guy to unknowingly give him fake cards that then he, like, I guess sold. That's this is very sus.
The world, and anything through them has been deemed authentic, by CGC.
So
deemed authentic by CGC. So yeah, well, I mean, it's not his fault just because he's saying it's been deemed authentic by CGC. CGC need to have fucking done better. That's crazy. It's crazy that they still exist as a grading company, honestly, after this huge of a scandal.
I zoom into the card and I can see the yellow dots, which is like promising. It means like there's something here. And I did like a really high quality scan of my cards, and then I was able to like tweak the colors, and then you could see like the dots just get highlighted. So I had to find a way to basically decode the dots. And so I went around looking on different code bases. I was able to run it.
I love all of this B-roll that they're using. It's so funny.
Imagine if these things were like fake. I think at that moment it was like, okay, now I'm imagining the universe where these things aren't real, and it was a little scary, right? Because it's like I put a decent amount of money, but it's not just me, it's like people have spent millions of dollars.
So what even made him start checking if they were fake or not? If he's like, what if they are fake? Did I miss that?
Deemed authentic, by CGC.
So on the Elite forum, there was a user with the username Teddy Orso who made a post, I believe it was like early January, that these printers would put yellow dots on sheets when they're printed out, and he suggested that potentially you might be able to use this to determine the authenticity of the prototype cards. So I got home.
But why were they trying to determine the authenticity of it if it was signed by the guy? Like, what part of it made you think that it wouldn't be authentic? Is it just that he left kind of with a bad relationship with Pokemon, so they thought he could have lied about it? It's so, I don't know, it's very interesting.
You see the date pop up, and it's like, okay, I lived in a universe before where like it could be real, it could be fake, but in that exact moment, it like collapses into like one universe where, okay, what I'm looking at is not real.
Wow.
And I decoded another one and it was fake. So anything that had the Xerox, I kind of at that point assumed the Xerox meant fake.
It wasn't unequivocally wrong until the news broke with PFM. Up until then, I always knew there was hesitation. Like, I always knew there were some things that didn't make sense. Like, why are they so clean?
I actually called my dad before I published it. He talked to like his lawyer friend. Their recommendation was like, don't say anything.
It really wasn't until PFM released his research that I was like, man, all this just went to zero.
I thought everyone had like kind of the right to know. Because there were still auctions of these things going on at the time too.
At some point, whether it was Akabane himself or an evil actor or someone pressured him into doing it, a lot of fakes were made. They were just photocopies of what we believed to be our real cards that were real prototypes.
Wow.
But they made a lot of extra copies and started selling them.
So some of them are real and they photocopied them and just mass-produced the playtest? That's so funny.
So the way these are constructed is they're just printed out through like an inkjet printer, or the front and the back are separate and then cut. And then they're mounted on like a blank cardstock. But the autograph kind of went off the paper and didn't touch the backing. So it looked like they were signed and then cut out of a sheet. Like the ink touched the paper but didn't touch the cardstock, so it looked like it was cut.
Akabane was part of this, and he had said these are real Pokemon cards. These were our playtests. And it was really sad because a lot of people who had spent years collecting special grails gave those up to get one of these cards from their hero Akabane.
Wow. This is presumably what the uncut sheet of prototypes looks like. So this is like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it would have been printed out of a printer.
My personal estimation is I personally think it's around $60 million of fraud that went on.
I don't know how easy, or even if it's CGC was responsible for saying they were authentic, but they paid people out what they paid for on auction. So they've kind of absolved themselves, I think, from the response. They've done the right thing. So it kind of they're the victims to some degree now because they have to carry the burden.
I mean, I wouldn't say that they're the victims. They professionally authenticated things and came out saying so. And also he's saying they paid out the victims. Did they pay out every single auction that had happened with a CGC card? If so, then fair play. But I feel like the $60 million of fraud that this other guy was saying, surely they didn't pay all of that out completely.
responsible. Whoever made the fake cards is the one responsible.
But yes, I agree. Whoever made the fake cards should be the one responsible for the money. But like, how are we even going to find out who that is? Do we find out in this video? That'd be kind of sick.
About a month after my mom died, maybe it was like 3 weeks, we decided to go to Collecticon in New Jersey, and we saw this.
Sorry, that's crazy to go from some fucking like trap dropping Corocoras, call me Jigglypuff, into like, so when my mum died.
Jem flew to Buffalo and presented a card that changed everything.
John, I've asked you to bring a card from your collection, the Pikachu, and we're all here together. If you don't mind.
Oh man, there it is. There it is.
Formerly Max's.
As we talked.
So this was Max's that then John had, and then I think that's the card that he sells to Logan Paul in Logan Paul's video, right? Also, this room is featured a lot in Logan Paul's video. When John and Max are together. So it's a shame Gem Mint Collects was not included in Logan's video. There's a lot of people that feel like instrumental to all this that were like cut out of Logan's side of things, which sucks.
No PSA 10s exist. There's a lot of mislabels out there because the one from the magazine's glossy. And there's another version of it that was printed way more that's not glossy that, so the pop can be a little off.
Yes, this is the thing that we were talking about with this thing. Okay, sick. With the mislabels and the glossy and the non-glossy, this is what I made the video on. Okay, sick. Let's get into it.
Known to collectors as the Ivy Pikachu, the card gets its nickname from the ivy leaves illustrated behind Pikachu. There are 3 main versions of the Ivy Pikachu. The original 1996 glossy Ivy Pikachu, which has a glossy finish and mistakenly credits Ken Sugimori as the illustrator. The non-glossy How to Play Pokemon version, which removes the glossy finish and corrects the illustrator credit to Keiji Kanebuchi. And the 1998 lottery reprint glossy version, which brings back the glossy finish while keeping the corrected Keiji Kanebuchi illustrator credit.
Well,
isn't there also a 99 version? ? The Corocara Grey Star. That's not Japanese, I guess. And there's also the How to Play non-glossy. Did they mention that? Am I crazy? Yes, sorry, they literally said that. I'm an idiot. But then there's the English one that's, I think this is mentioned in Logan Paul's video, the Grey Star 1999 one, the precursor to the English TCG.
Glossy finish while keeping the corrected Keiji Kanebuchi illustrator credit.
Well, earlier, before this was actually released, there's a magazine article where they show this card. John, I'm sorry, but this is the very, very, very special Pikachu. So this is the Ivy Pikachu from 1996. It is mislabeled at the top here, 1980 corrected. There is a version where they did have the correct illustrator at the bottom. But for this version in particular, what they did is this is a copy that was sent to Cora as sort of a test print to verify that it's good for the magazine. So this exact image is what appears in the magazine before the original Cora print in November/October of 1996. And you can tell because that image has the Pikachu orientation shifted a bit. And so if you were to put like a 3D image out and you have like a shot, the Core 496 is a specific shot, but it's twisted a little bit. And so the Pikachu
That's crazy. So they just changed the orientation after this one copy of the card. Wow. How do people even figure this stuff out, dude? That's crazy.
Shape and image, and this is like a little bit tighter, just shifts, and then also the green in the back moves a little bit, and the Pikachu shifted over, and it does have Ken Kanebuchi, the original illustrator, on there as well. So it's interesting. It's part of Pokemon history. Only 2 that we know that exists, and so I thought it'd be really cool to share this with you guys. Is
only 2 that
was supposedly the prototype of the 1996 Ivy Pikachu.
Jem showed up with a card that he professed to be the first ever card, and I'm pretty sure he said was his card.
So how did you get that?
Okay, so we're 34 minutes into the video, and there's over an hour, there's just under an hour left of the video, and we've found the card. It's right there. I assume John's gonna, it's right here. Is John gonna buy it off him? who knows? We'll find out.
So for this, we flew it from Japan. I had someone meet me right before my flight here. The timing was very close. We had someone drive literally to hand it to me to bring here. So
fate.
I wanted to get it for because I knew it would be important.
It's crazy. I'm not convinced of Gem Mint's his theory on it, right?
Just to make that claim is very, very bold. That it predates Koro losses.
But it's a card I don't have of the Ivies.
See,
why would they not believe him? What? Because of the CGC stuff? I feel like he's spitting. I just flat out trusted him. I guess the added extra graphics and stuff that they showed on the screen helped. Like the fact that the Pikachu is closer and slightly shifted and is clearly the same on the pre-scans and the images that they showed. It's crazy to listen to him talk and then just go to a fucking Burger King and be like, nah, I don't trust this guy.
See, this is where I don't know about your theory. This is where I wanted the prototype in here is chubby. And he's Ken Sugimori.
Well, look, it's chubby. If you compare yours is fatter and it's twisted a little bit. So the angle is right.
Oh, that's true. Wait, so was there originally a Ken Sugimori version of this card? And that's why the artist says Ken Sugimori? That would be sick if that's the reveal. Wait. Holy.
So this is the fake prototype from Akabane. Not even that close. That's very different. But he got the artist, Sugimori, got the wrong artist on it. This is the one Gem brought to be maybe the marketing copy, but it does have the Kaji on it, which is the correct illustrator, but not the correct of the...
Yeah, he's comparing this card to this one, when obviously previously we saw this as being compared to the one that was shown in all of the promo artwork, not this version of the card. But if there is a version that is this Pikachu, an actual Ken Sugimori Pikachu, and this card exists, that would be really sick.
This is going to blow y'all's mind. So if you look at this, the illustrator says Kind Kabuchi, right?
It's Kind Kabuchi.
But look at where the tail is. Whoa. It matches.
Oh, okay. See, now this is convincing me because they got the correct artist, which is shown in this promo thing. They just got the Ken Sugimori artist as for the actual ones that they printed. Interesting.
Look at that. You see that?
Now that's interesting.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Case, right?
I do think that means that this card has to have been before the printed cards, the ones in the Karakara magazine. So he is convincing me.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We might have just discovered something.
And I saw...
Hold on, we might have just discovered something. When fucking Gem Mint Collects is the guy that discovered it and brought it to you guys, and he's like, wait, we discovered this. That's like being taught how fucking 2 + 2 = 4, and you're like, wait, we just discovered this. This is crazy.
There's the first official card.
Correct.
There's the first official release. There's always going to be a card that comes first. There's always going to be a play test. There's always going to be some item, right?
Right.
Well, no. There will be the first, especially if it's printed TCG card. I think they're pretty close to finding whatever the first would be. And it would be one of those prototypes if they were real. It's weird to be like, well, I've basically got the first, who really cares? Which is kind of what Logan Paul has done in his video. He's like, basically, this is the first. I'm just going to ignore all of this information that this video is providing.
I want to break this down for you, what just happened. So Gem Mint shows up, and he says, I have the first card. This card here on the book, this one right here, they had to take a picture.
I feel like we understand this, so I'm going to skip forward. Whoever made this video explained it really well when Gem Mint Collects was talking about it, and I guess John at the time didn't understand it, but now he's clarifying for us, but we already understood it.
So what does all this mean? This means that is potentially the first Ivy Pikachu. I'm still not 100% sure what that card is, but I want it.
I don't know, am I crazy? I'm more interested in this specific Ken Sugimori Pikachu, this one here, mainly because I prefer the Ken Sugimori art to the Keiji Kinabuchi art. I'm really sorry, Mr. Kinabuchi, but this as a card with the white border as the prototype, that would be something I'm really interested in. Even if it's not the first, I think it looks so cool.
If this really was a marketing card printed before the glossies, could this actually be the first Pokemon card to exist?
You want to sell it?
I told him.
You were going to ask about that.
That's going to be your first thought, yeah.
Yeah, you want to sell it?
I think it's a pretty rare item, you know?
I think it's rare too.
I've loved being a collector and collecting
Me too.
things.
But I feel like this is a whole collection. I know you appreciate collections.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like it belongs in the collection, right?
I tried to buy the card off of him, and I was like, dude, I want to buy this from you. Like, this is like the project I've been on for 2 years. I'd like to have this core piece to it. And so we negotiated while we were in Buffalo about the card, and you had that card earlier?
Yeah.
All right, I got an offer for you.
Oh gosh.
Okay. I have I'm a Cooney lottery.
Very nice.
Unpeeled. Okay.
It's a big one.
There were 2,000 of those printed.
Right.
You know, 50,000 people mailed it in.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those are still like that? I don't know.
It's a very big surprise.
That's a big surprise.
I did not know you had that.
He was like, yeah, I just think we're too far apart. But we were negotiating. So fast forward a week or 2 weeks, Max is just constantly looking. Max is like a bloodhound. And he's like, John, I found the card that was there. It's this guy, Sub F has the card. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he's got a post about it. Jem must have bought it from him or something. I said, okay. So Max connected Sub F and I, because he had already DM'd him. And he's like, yeah, I loaned that card to Gem Mint to bring and show you. And I was like, wait, what? Gem Mint doesn't own this card? Gem doesn't.
What? Wait, is there drama? Wait, this is juicy.
Have that card. That's not his. Sub F has the card. So Sub F and I start talking, and we've got some mutual connections from my work and some things. He's like, no, Gem Mint doesn't own that card. I loaned it to him to show you. I'm like, yeah, Gem Mint's just a character, and it's interesting that how that all played out. So I start negotiating with him, and I'm like,
wait, that's insane behavior from Gem Mint Collects if that is true. He didn't own it, and then he was like auctioning it to him, and John was giving him things that he might be interested in thoughts of trading for it, and then he didn't mention it once that it's not his. What?
You sure you don't want to sell it? Like, you know, whatever. So I offered the guy $100,000. I said, I want this card. Will you sell it to me for $100,000? And he's like, no, I don't think so. It's a pretty significant, pretty unique card. I was like, okay, dude, no problem. And anything I've tried to force that wasn't part of this has felt wrong. And anything that's just naturally happens felt right. Even when I started this, somebody said, are you going to have Logan Paul in it?
Logan Paul,
you get it.
Ken Golden,
Yes.
Tonight you sold the PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator card for $16,400,000.
I didn't need Logan Paul in this documentary, for God's sakes.
Foremost,
Let's skip forward through this, please.
A game called Pokemon Crystal for my Game Boy Color. I stick the Pokemon Crystal game in, and I'm hearing great things about Pokemon's new games coming to the States, whatever. And I'm running around this house with this character, and I can't figure anything out. One day I was bored.
Sorry, what? What did he say? Did he just say that he couldn't get out of the starting house of Pokemon Crystal?
It's whatever. And I'm running around this house with this character, and I can't figure anything out. One day I was bored. I stuck Pokemon Crystal back in the Game Boy Color, and I was just button mashing. And all of a sudden, my character exits the house. This entire world.
Why? I don't understand what is wrong with him. Why would he admit something like that? Or why would he make something like that up? Because that can't actually be true. To leave the house in Pokemon Crystal, you just have to set the clock. You listen, your mum says, hey, go and check the time, sweetie, or whatever. You go upstairs, you set the time, and then when you come back downstairs, she's like, okay, you can leave. Whatever. I'm skimming through all this, by the way. This is boring as hell.
I'm talking with Logan, I'm explaining him everything. He's like, man, this is crazy, all this stuff. But you know, the thing I need, Logan, there's this card that I want out there, and I know who has it. There's two out there that people think maybe is this, PSA had graded CGC and PSA.
Oh, interesting. So Logan not only knows that this is the actual first card to exist, but he helped John in getting this card, I assume, by the end of this video. Interesting. Wow.
Rated them as the 98 lottery card. Whoa. But I don't think they're the 98 lottery card. So Logan reaches out to him, and in my head, one of two things is gonna happen. Well, actually, probably one of three things. Maybe Logan steals the card, buys it from him, and keeps it for himself. Definitely thought that was a possibility that was gonna happen, and I'm like, I don't know Logan that well. I think he actually is a pretty decent dude, but if he does that, I sent Logan to buy it from you because I thought maybe you'd get excited about getting a Prime bottle or something like that, because you told.
Oh, I loved this video until Logan Paul was involved, man.
And he came back and he goes, and he comes back to me and he's like, I can do $400,000. Oh! And I screenshot it and
Did you do it?
Well, that's why I want to talk to you on this. This is why I'm like willing to give up that thought I would never give up.
Okay.
So like, I'll walk you through like where my head's at on everything.
By the way, Jeff, this is where collecting gets fun, bro.
So Logan, this card finishes the movie because this is like the one piece of all this crazy stuff that happened in Buffalo and started the journey that I feel this card will close it all. And he goes, bro, that's awesome. He's like, this is what collecting's about. Me helping you, you helping me. I'm like, there's got to be a way to do this. There has to be a way to do this.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better because I was going to say that John in this video is like, he gives... The way that Logan Paul's video makes it out is that like he sells a bunch of his collection for basically, like at one point John is like, I really don't want to give this away. This is like my prized possession. And then like 30 seconds later, he's like, yeah, I'll take it for $300K and a Godzilla. And it's like, bro, what is happening? Why did you just agree to that? That's crazy. This makes a lot more sense. He's agreeing to give away some of his prized possessions of his collection to be able to fund buying what he deems as like the Holy Grail, which is the first Pokemon card ever made, technically.
But it doesn't look like whitening on it to me, but either way, you get the best one. And so I go through and I go...
Anyone see that? What the hell are you sniffing?
Whitening on it to me, but either way...
What the fuck is that? Bro, what is this? Is this smelling salts? That's crazy. Someone's got to let me know in the comments what the hell that is.
400,000, and then are you going to use it to get that Ivy Pikachu?
And I told him, I said, literally that 400K is going to go straight to this guy. I'm going to have you wire it to him. And so we went through the rest of the points, and then he sat in silence for a while and goes,
I would do this deal with you for 400,000.
I was like, we really did this? He's like, we really did this.
That's such a sick
really
shot. Holy aura, dude. Look at the kid. Look at the glasses. Oh, they've all got the glasses. That's so sick. Oh, wait. This is the first deal that they made. Because Logan Paul mentions to John in this video. Yeah, here's the shot of them talking. This was used in this video that we just saw. And then he talks about the Louis Vuitton case. Yeah, this.
We need to acknowledge the Louis V trunks.
Do you want to talk about the Louis V trunks?
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, there was only one way to bring this stuff to you. I have at least one of everything.
Okay, so this deal is the inception of Logan Paul's video, and it's like confirming, I was going to say the end of this video, but there's still so much more left. I thought that this deal was the one that's a little bit later when he's talking to John on the phone.
John Nelson does not want to sell it. I don't even, like, it's not for sale, but
See, this is the part that I was talking about. He says John doesn't want to sell it, it's not for sale. And then a bit later on, he says,
plus
300,000
plus my Godzilla 3.5.
Godzilla 3.5.
Yeah, so this is later on. Maybe this is also in John's video and this is spoilers. But it's kind of sad because here, John says that he's not selling it.
You're like trying to get this sheet from me?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling about.
Yeah, that sheet is like, that thing's like more than money. I mean, that could be 210 sitting in there.
So he says it's more than money, and there's could be 210 sitting in there, and then literally like not very long after he sells it, like 2 minutes later, he's on the phone.
I need to figure out a way to get this. So you're saying $300,000 plus
$300,000
plus my Godzilla 3.5.
Godzilla 3.5.
This, I hope we've got to find out that maybe there's more behind this with John's video, because the hop from like this matters, this is more than money to me, but then he sells it for $300K and a Godzilla. It is quite embarrassing.
That's like verifiable fact.
Verifiable fact came out 5 days before No Rarity Base set.
So CoroCoro comic.
That's so sick. There was only like 5 days in it. The difference between like the first print from CoroCoro and then the No Rarity base set. That's so sick. How did the guy even figure that out, dude? This Max guy seems like maybe he's the go. I don't know.
And I've got some unpeeled sheets here. When you rip them, when you rip these out, like this was a later edition of these, you end up like ripping the card and the white lines, and these books were made for kids like under
Well, can't you like surgically remove it now as an adult?
There's problems too where it sticks, like all sorts of crazy stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I got you, because I know you like to rip. I got you a whole bunch of random. I cleared the market the one day because I was like, it's wrong. It just seems wrong that a CoroCoro unpeeled would be $30.
That's crazy. Whoa.
I thought I brought some smooch on
Should we rip one?
You should. Here you go. Go for it, Pete.
I can do it right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my gosh.
There's a stack for you to do later.
Oh my gosh.
At your leisure.
This is gonna be a 10. I've never peeled one of these.
Whoa, so wait, this is the first one that he peeled? I don't think this is in his video. This is interesting.
I never have either. I've literally
Let's see how bad he does.
I'll do one with you.
It looks like Whooper from 2000.
Change the technology. That's pretty off-center, but it's pretty clean.
Sick card.
Yeah.
Show us. How's the back?
Not bad.
Bro, I'm crushing this.
Little white.
I'm gonna keep it humble.
Bro, Logan is doing a better job here than I swear he did most of the time in his video, because at least the thing he's bending is the like non-card part.
Yo, I'm crushing this.
Pretty good.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. That one's pretty good.
Oh, that's a 10.
That is a 10.
Brother, you don't know what a 10 is.
It's sacrilegious to peel them a little bit, right?
So that's what I was talking to PSA about. I'm sure
it's sacrilegious to peel them. Cut to fucking peel camp in his video where he's just peeling all of them. Whereas this is he's got all these sheets and he fucking peels them all.
As soon as I get off, I call Sub F on Instagram. I'm like, yo, dude, we have a deal. Logan's gonna wire you $400,000. But here's the thing. You have to figure out how to get me that card to Tokyo by next Friday. That's on you. I don't care how you do it, if you overnight it, if you have somebody fly it, that's your responsibility. You told me that the card is actually still with Jem. Jem's in Orlando, actually in Lakeland, Florida. And I'm like, he's like, he's got the card with him in Lakeland, and his guy is not in Florida, so his guy can't fly it. But I'm like, wait, Lakeland? Like, my brother literally lives in Lakeland, and my brother has no clue that the past 2 years I have been like buying these books, buying this card.
Sorry, so the guy that lives in Tokyo that he's buying the card off lent the card to this Gem Collects guy, and now he has to convince, for some reason, Gem Collects to send the card back to Tokyo so that John can buy it. But if John's buying it, then why doesn't he just save it from flying back to Tokyo? Why doesn't he just take it? I don't know, very confusing.
I don't know. Jem has been trying to buy the card for me. I think he's a very stand-up guy, but at the same time, people get weird with things. You should go get the card right now. So I'm like, Alan, I just sold Logan Paul $400,000 worth of stuff. I just bought this card for $400,000. It's either worth like $100K or like $10 million. I need you to go pick this up right now.
Whoa! Hey, I'm Alan.
Really? Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Nice to meet you. Jacob.
Hey. Dude, there it is.
Kylie.
Show the card.
I'm so confused at the logistics of this. Why did they have to go to Tokyo if the card was in Lakeland? Aren't they all from America? Couldn't they just gone to Lakeland? Why are they in Tokyo? Who knows?
What's interesting in this whole scenario that I learned is Sub F said Jem actually offered him more money after I did the deal for $400 and tried to buy the card. And Jem was like, why didn't you try to negotiate with me more? And I think Jem was offering like $250-ish, somewhere around there. He's like, I would have gone back and forth and negotiated, whatever. And I confirmed that because Jem texted me and goes, congrats on getting that card. If you hadn't accepted $400 and it started a bidding war, I would have been like going back and forth with you. So he tried to buy the card after I had a deal.
What? Now I'm so confused. So he had the card in his possession that he was like loaned out. He was pretending that this is Jem Collects. Jem Collects was then pretending that he owned it to John and was trying to get like an offer from John. Was he going to then buy it from the original person and then try and sell it for a profit instantly? That, I don't know, some shady, weird shit going on for sure.
Whatever, it's collecting. So I guess that's the dark side of it sometimes, right? Or that's the game, right?
Really holding it, you do see the difference.
And the color's different too.
Oh, it's way darker.
Color's way different. Pikachu's displaced.
These are different sizes too. The little energy pieces, this right here.
It's the slightest difference, but it's there. It really is full circle though. You come all the way back here and boom, this card's with you. Yeah.
It's also crazy that like all of these grading companies we're seeing, like they've already talked about how the front of this
energy
label,
pieces, this right here.
The front of this card is mislabeled. We've talked about how PSA incorrectly labeled a bunch of these cards. It's just wild that collectors know more about these cards than the grading companies, that their only job is to know and authenticate the cards. It's wild how much we value and praise their authenticity and like accuracy, when in reality they're not either of those things really. Ooh, what this info? John, Rui, and Max talked to multiple reputable sources with relation to the development of the Ivy Pikachu marketing card. Due to legal and confidentiality reasons, we are unable to reveal the identity of the sources or content recorded in Tokyo. The information gathered from these sources were presented to grading companies for review. Oh, so he's going to regrade that 8.5 Ivy Pikachu because it's actually incorrectly labeled, and they're going to try and get the correct marketing card as the like text. Okay.
But we were able to confirm and place it all in a timeline that these cards would have been at the publisher roughly around September 10th, 1996, meaning that this marketing card predates the card-ass cards, the glossy Jiggly and the glossy Pikachu that came with the 223 issue.
Wow.
Making this marketing card the first official Pokemon TCG card to ever exist.
It's definitely tied to the card that is on the cover. It's the card on the...
I mean, we kind of already knew that, right? It had to have been before they even printed the CoroCoro magazine that the cards were in. And it was in a couple of issues before then to advertise the lottery, right? So we knew it was earlier than... We knew it was going to be the first proper TCG. Because this timeline shows... This is the earliest TCG CoroCoro. And then these two aren't TCGs. and then this one is before then. It was always, even if it's only here on the scale, it would still be the earliest TCG card. So it being placed here doesn't change things too much. It just means that it is the earliest non-TCG. It's the earliest Pokemon card, full stop. If you ignore prototypes, like I mean, I was going to say officially released, but I guess this wasn't officially released. And if you're including non-officially released, then the prototypes would be the earliest. But some of the prototypes aren't real, or all the prototypes weren't real. I don't really know. Okay, interesting.
It's the card on the poster. It's the card and all the marketing materials. It's how they filmed everything. It's an authentic card we've already established. There is no other card that is shifted to the right like that. That is the only card like that. And we know there's 2 copies of it that have been seen. And all of the IVs we've gone through, there's 2 like that have those traits. That's the card that's in the book.
He keeps saying that there's 2. Where's the second one? That's interesting to me, because if he's got the first one, he just bought it. Where's the second one from?
And he says to Max, do you know anything about this card? And what card is he talking about? The marketing card.
Just a bunch of, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Just raw cards, Japanese, a lot of Japanese Pokemon included.
So Lavish is literally living every person's dream. It's that they go, they find a box of stuff they bought years before, they look at it, and it's the lottery.
Should be good on the marketing Pika and other IVs for pickup tomorrow.
Dude!
Wait, so why is he buying more of them? Now I'm very confused. So that he knew that there was 2 in existence. He had one of them, and now a third one has appeared? Or is this one that's just appeared, is this the second one? And why is he trying to buy it? He just spent $400,000 on the first one. Is he going to be spending that much for this one? Is this why he needed the $300,000 and the Godzilla from Logan Paul?
Come on, dude. They corrected the record on that card, and that is now the first printed card. That card.
Oh, this is, sorry, when he says it's ready for pickup, they're talking about the new graded Pikachu with hopefully the new label.
Predates card ass. Like, card ass, dude. Like, not only is it the first TCG, it's the first card.
But this is the marketing card, right? You can't find this anywhere else.
You know what this is? This is the first card off the printing press. This is the first one to come off the line, or one of the first 4.
They said, beep, just one, here you guys go.
Logan. So they are slabbing it as the marketing card. And here's the best part. They created the card-bound collection. So all my cards are going to be card-bound collection on the back. God.
Sorry, it's like wearing lipstick. Not that I'm judging, but like, what is happening here? Also, it's gonna have card-bound collection on the stamp. That feels weird. On the slabs. Who's he grading it with?
This is legit the first Pokemon TCG card ever, and it's being slabbed.
Yeah, but you don't even have to use the word TCG. It's the first Pokemon card.
So this is like the perfect final touch on everything.
So he says you don't even have to say TCG is the first Pokemon card, which is sick, but also that is what Logan Paul is saying his is, which is very funny, because his is, the stipulation needs to exist for Logan Paul's copy of the world's first Pokemon TCG card, whereas this is the world's first Pokemon card. But I guess also with stipulations because of the prototypes, and I know a lot of those were deemed fake, but there are real versions. They were photocopies of real versions, so those would be the first Pokemon cards ever made. But also it was just paper stuck onto cardstock, so I understand if, like, this is the first printed, like, mass printed, I guess. It wasn't mass printed, but you know what I mean, like with a printing machine, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. All right, so one box has some Pikas in it, and the other box has got little tiny Charizards and stuff on it, you know what I'm saying? Bro. The Coral.
Oh shit, what did it say?
Charizards and stuff on it, you know what I'm saying? Bro.
Yo, the marketing variation. That's really sick. I thought he was going to say card bound somewhere. I thought that's what the guy was saying, but that looks really cool. Interesting that it's a CGC graded card though, right? Especially after it was talking, this video was talking about the CGC like scam essentially, where they authenticated cards that were inauthentic. I was wondering why this was framed as though CGC did nothing wrong, because they wanted to, they're grading the cards with CGC, so that makes sense.
The Coral comic promo marketing variation, bro. Oh, yeah. What's it part of? It's part of the card bound collection, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's to say on the back. Okay. That is kind of sick.
Okay.
X and Y break.
X, Y break. Trade please campaign. Okay. Looks really like it. Clean.
Oh, interesting. So they've got all of the different Pikachu IV cards.
Black
Portuguese.
Portuguese. This is my favorite.
Still has the error. That has the error still on it.
Pretty sick, yeah. And it's still
a Portuguese Black Star promo. What, that still has the error? Oh my god. Yo, it has the Ken Sugimori incorrect artist. And it was a promo from 2000. Wait, that's kind of sick. How did that even happen? It's like all translated to Portuguese, but they translated the wrong version fucking 4 years after the correction was made. That's so funny.
2000, they didn't get it right. Black Star promo German. That's my first time seeing that card in person because my brother brought it here.
Yes, he did.
All right.
Nice guy.
He's a great guy. Black Star promo.
Black Star promo.
Okay. Look at all of them. Black Star promo first edition error.
Lovely.
Oh, they had the error in the first edition of the 1999 English one as well. That's so interesting. How did they get it wrong so many times, bro?
Oh, they look so good together.
Big jungle of Pikachu's here.
There is the gray star coming out of the hyper.
Yeah, I went to school when the text all messed up.
Oh my god. The lottery was my favorite IV at one time.
We're going back in time, bro. This is crazy.
Here we go. There's the Keji, non-glossy.
Glossy. Go to the glossy.
The glossy, the one that really started it all.
Wow.
And then the one that was before it all.
This is the craziest moment right now.
Oh my gosh.
That's so sick.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Every single this collection is actually so sick. Having every single copy of this card authenticated.
Oh my god.
It's green, Keji, the spacing.
Oh yeah, the leaf up the foot. Can we just take that in for a second here? Hey.
Oh no, what? I thought you were gonna do a shot of like all of them in a line. That's got to exist at some point in this video, right? Oh my god, does it not? That would have been so cool. How many is there? It's like 10? God, they're so cool. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jungle of Pikachu's here.
5,
There
6,
is the
7,
gray
8, 9,
star.
10. Yeah, I think it's 10. Wow. It's so sick. Pokemon's so cool, man.
What I thought this was going to be about, which I thought this was going to be about like this first card and the scandal and all that. I think this has really turned into is like, I think it's like understanding like my relationship was with my mom, what my relationship is with my kid, my wife. I think I was in a...
I will say this documentary has not done a good job of explaining his relationship with his mum. There was a little bit at the start. I don't know. I'm not trying to make light of him like being sad about losing his mum or like talking about his relationship with Pokemon and his family or whatever. I feel like maybe that wasn't portrayed very well. It feels like he's trying to do a lot with this documentary and covering a lot of different ground, and there's not much room for the emotional through line when most of the focus is on like the intricacies of the nerdy shit with the Pokemon cards. I don't know.
This is my first Pokemon card. It's a Staryu from base set, first edition, very off-centered.
Yeah.
The back is Not the right color because it's fake. This one was given to me by
Wait, it's a fake card?
Someone on the bus when I was 7 years old. So right from the beginning, I was collecting fake cards, and I guess I still am today.
You feel very lucky.
Wow, that's actually so sick. That guy's so cool. What's his name? PFM? Shout out to him.
You know, it's like
I've said a lot of people are the GOAT throughout this video. He's the GOAT, dude.
Every pack could be a memory. Every interaction with somebody in this space becomes a memory. That's what I want to collect. Memories. Those are more valuable than any card.
Damn, that's very powerful. Hey, okay. Very good video. Some parts definitely a little bit crazier than others, but I appreciate the sentiment at the end. All right, well, there seems to be a little bit at the end, so I guess I'll watch this. But I think that's it.
What happened?
Where are we? Hey guys.
So what? There's another one out there?
We've got to find the other card. The Eve to our Adam.
What the fuck was any of that end bit? I guess it's teasing that there's this Jigglypuff version that they need to find. What the fuck was that? Okay, there's a lot of weird stuff about this video. I think it was well done and not necessarily thematically like consistent. There was a lot of like, this bit's really emotional, and then it cuts to a bit that's just not emotional at all. But the information that it provided, very interesting. That collection at the end from John, shout out to him. I'm very jealous, and I appreciate all of you guys recommending me watch this video. I feel a lot more educated on like what is the first actual Pokemon card, and I'm very interested to see, because I imagine Logan Paul is going to do a part 2 to his where he like grades the original card and gets a 10. I am interested to see if in that video he goes in depth into what is the actual first card, because that would be honestly probably a bit more interesting than what he actually did in his video, which is just buy a lot of stuff. There wasn't really any emotional weight or anything to it like there was in this video, which was great. So thank you very much for watching, and check out some of my other videos if you like this one. Even though this is just me reacting to a video, I hope I provided some sort of added commentary and interesting things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.